Hello everyone. So today we will start with one example case study of state space modeling. So in our previous lecture we have seen what is the basic differences in between state space model and transfer function based model. So just to quick recap to that, uh, differences between transfer function based model and state space based model. In case of transfer function, we need to take certain assumptions such as the system has to be a single input single output system has to be a uh, has to be with zero initial condition, and it should be a linear time invariant system. But in case of state space model, we don't have any kind of reservations and restrictions like that. So any kind of system, either it can be a linear system, either can be a non-linear system, time varying system, time invariant system, any kind of system with higher order system, even with higher order system, we can model the same. So the general state space equation looks like this. This is x dot equals to ax plus bu and y equals to cx, that is the output equation. This is the output equation and this is the input equation. So these two equations are generally known as state equations. We know that this x and y, this x is known as state vector. This x is known as state vector, and the dimension of the state vector has to be a column matrix. It will be a column matrix having order or dimension n cross 1, where n is the order of the system. So now we will just see this example. This is a RLC series circuit. This is an RLC. This is a RLC series circuit. So we will see the we will just try to formulate the equivalent state space model of the same. So let's get started with that. So here we can see this is a simple RLC series circuit where VIT is the input voltage to the circuit and VOT is the output voltage of the circuit, where the capacitor has been considered as load. So the voltage across capacitor is here the output voltage from this circuit. Okay, and because this is a series circuit, IT, which is a function of time, the current amount is flowing across this loop. It is flowing across this loop. So if I just draw the current amount, so we can see this is the INIT amount of current which is flowing through this circuit, right? So now what we will do, we need to begin with the state space model. The first thing we have to understand, we have to figure out that what is the order of the system. What is the order of the system? In this case, we have chosen a second order circuit. This is a second order circuit because the number of, in case of any electrical network, the total number of summation of inductors and capacitor denotes the order of the circuit. And in this circuit we have one inductor and we have one capacitor, so it's a second order circuit. So in this case we will consider uh, we have to consider minimum two number of state variable. We have to consider minimum two number of state variable. That means if you are dealing with a nth order system, then you have to take minimum n number of state variables to obtain the equivalent state space model of the system. But you can take a more number of state variables as well. So in that case you will get some different kind of different values of state transition matrix. That means this coefficient matrix A, and this is a square matrix having order n cross n in case of a nth order system. because that is the general criteria. So we cannot take any lesser number of state variable than your order of the system. Okay, you can take higher number of state variables, but the minimum number of state variables to be considered has to be equal to the order of the system. So with that, here in this case, we will consider voltage across voltage across C as VC. Okay, so this is one of our state variable VC, and the other one we will consider as um, current to inductor, right? So current to inductor L, which is denoted as IL here in this case. Okay, so now we need to understand, because this is a series circuit, so this is very evident that the same amount of current will flow through R, L and C, I mean through this whole loop. Okay, so IT is here equal to IL, IT is here equal to IL. So these are two number of state variables. Now we will try to write down the dynamic equation for the system. So we will apply, so precisely we will try to write down the current voltage relationship of this particular RLC circuit. So using KVL for this particular loop, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law, we can write down that, uh, let me just write down the state equation, which is V, that is input, right? VIT equals to R into IL. Okay, because IT, as I told you, IT equals to IL, so you can, so I'm writing down the total equation in terms of the state variables I have considered. These are the two state variable I have considered. Okay, so this is R into IL plus this is the voltage drop across inductor is L into DIL, dt, right? And voltage across capacitor is VC itself, which is VC itself is a state variable, so we will write down as it is VC. Okay, so just let me mention here. So this is state variables. These are the state variables we have considered here. These are the two state variables, and let me just write it down here that this IT equals to here. Just let me write it down so that later we shouldn't have any confusion regarding the same. So this is IL, right? So IT equals to IL. We have mentioned that. So fine. Now in the state equation, we can see this is x dot equals to AX plus BU. So your state vector differential term will be there in the left hand side. This dot means first derivative of x, right? So here we have this derivative term L into DIL dt. So if I just rewrite this equation in this way, so we can write it down like this. So DIL by dt can be written as, so we will take out the other variables in the right hand side, which will be equal to let's say minus, so R by L into IL plus, not plus, again we have another term that is VC, so it will be 1 by L into VC, and also we have one more term left with, that is V of IT. So 1 by L to V I, right? So we have written this equation. So let me just put it as equation number 1. Let me just put it as equation number 1. Now I will write down the other equation. So if I just write down the expression of VC, so the expression of VC can be written as, that means the current amount flowing through the capacitor, which is ILT, can be written as IL can be written as C into dVC dt, right? This can be written like this. So again we have to take out this VC term, I mean dVC dt term, in the left hand side. I mean, by rearranging this equation, by keeping the first order derivative term, we can write it down as dVC dt equals to I L by C, right? I L by C. So this is our second equation. So let me mark it as equation number 2. Now from this equation number 1 and equation number 2, I will just try to write down the matrices. I will just try to write down the matrices. Okay. So what are the you know variables I have chosen? IL is one state variable I have chosen, and the other one is I have chosen VC. So accordingly, so I will just try to put it in a matrix form like this. If I just have to build a matrix like this, so this will be our E matrix, which is a square matrix having order 2 cross 2 in this system, because this is a second order system. So let me just put the matrix brackets. So this is so I will just put the coefficient from equation number 1 and 2, right? So let me just put it like this, equals to. So here I will just put the variable. So here I will write down d I L by dt. Okay, this is one term, and the other term is d v c, right? So now, so because DIL, so that means IL dot. So the, this is, if this is X dot matrix, this is our X dot matrix. So this will be similar. This will be exactly same, the X matrix. That means this is the state vector matrix. It will be IL and it will be VC. This will be VC. And what is our input? Our input is, this is a single input, single output system. So this is V I T. This is VIT. Let me just shift it like this. Yeah. So now again I will go back to the, so what is the coefficient of IL and VC from equation number 1? We will check out that. So this is our equation number 1. What is the coefficient of IL's state variable? That is minus R by L, and for VC this is minus 1 by L. So let's just put the coefficient value. This will be minus R by L, and the other one is minus 1 by C. Fine. Now what is the expression of the other variable VC? Here we don't have any term for VC, so that will be 0, and this will be 1 by C. This is the coefficient. So what is the coefficient of IL here? IL variable here. So this is 1 by C. So we will just put down that value. And what is the other value here? Other matrix value here, that is 0. So we are done with our X matrix formulation, A matrix formulation. This is known as state transition matrix. And we are left with B matrix now in this input state equation. So what is the coefficient of VIT in equation number 1? We can see the coefficient of VIT in equation number 1 is 1 by L. So let's check out. So just now we have seen this is 1 by L. So we will write it down as 1 by L. And what is the other coefficient value? Because in the other expression we don't have any uh, term for VIT. Let's check that again. We don't have any term for VIT in the equation number 2. So this is it. So in this way we have formulated our uh, state space equation. So this is X, this is our A, this is again X, this is X, this is B, this is our B matrix, and this is our U. This is our U, right? This is basically UT. Okay. So, so one more thing I need to do, that is I need to put the derivative, that dot convention here, here. Okay, so this is our x dot equals to ax plus bu, right? So we have formulated the input state equation. One more thing we are yet to do, that is our output equation. So here you can choose any one of the state variable as output variable. So I am choosing VCT as output variable. So what is our output? Let's say y is our output, which I'm choosing as VC. Okay, so this is VC. So what is the expression of y output equation? Y equals to CX. Actually, I need to write down one more thing here. So this should be written as BU. Okay, so this is CX plus BU. I omitted the DU part because here we have chosen a single input, single output system. So if we are dealing with a CISO, single input, single output system, we will not have any D matrix here. D matrix is known as coupling matrix. It will be 0 in this case. So in our case, it is 0. Now, this is our output equation. So let me just mark it as equation number 3. From equation number 3, we can formulate our output matrix, right? So y which is y equals to, so let me just put this is 0, this will be 1. Okay, so the dimension of CX will be like this. X, this is C matrix is this is, because X matrix will remain as it is. So again, just put the variables IL, and again we have VC. I have chosen VC as output. You can choose IL as output, then the coefficient value of this will change. So this is our Y, and this is our C matrix, and this is again our X matrix. So we are done with state space modeling of RLC series circuit. So now if you are provided with the values of R, L and C, accordingly you will be able to calculate the values of this state matrices. A, B and C are coefficient matrices of the equivalent state space model. So that's all for the day. Thank you, everyone.